Hello and welcome to the Ferret Business Podcast. I am your host, Yemmy the Ferret, aka Yemmy, aka DJ Yemmy. And with me today we have a duo of Let's Playing friends who have been apart for a very long time, and they finally came back together, and they got a YouTube channel going. They're making videos, they're making content. They got two cool little sprite dudes who help them out. And their names are Jeffery and Noah from 2-Bit Players. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
I like how you said welcome to me. It's like you're welcoming me.
It's kind of my go-to thing. I'm welcoming everybody to the scenario. I'm welcoming the audience.
Welcome everybody to this event that's happening right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's live. Calm your applause, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually, well, actually, no, I don't usually do this, but I've been thinking of adding applause to when people come on the podcast and just having it be more of like an event rather than just like, oh, we're starting.
Have some booing, have some like clapping and like, oh, tender moments.
It's like an incredibly live feel. Yeah.
So the first thing I want to start off today with the podcast is, one, no fucking swearing, okay? If you fucking swear, I'm going to mute you and kick you out. This is a family-friendly fucking podcast, all right?
Good to fucking know. I'm glad to know that.
Jeffrey, free reign, go for it.
Excellent. I was going to do that anyway, so that's fine.
What since I guess, Jeffrey, you are the swearing connoisseur. Do you have a swear word that you like to use more than others?
Oh man, that's a good question. I do like Jesus titty fucking Christ. That's like that's my favorite one, but I only use it in specific scenarios.
I think there's a lot of Noah, you goddamn son of a bitch.
That's a good one.
Or
Noah, you piece of shit. That's a good one.
You see how they're all directed at me?
You fucking loser. Yeah. Those are usually my favorite ones. Yeah. If it insults Noah. Yeah. I'm down.
And I just say, Jeffrey.
and I feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Do you guys have any catchphrases like, like you just said, do you both have catchphrases that you use, or is it just kind of whatever comes out of your mouth comes out, and that's what you do?
No, I say, is that a hamburger? A lot.
What?
Is that a hamburger? All the time. That's like my favorite. No, I've never said that ever. But I can put it on a t-shirt. That'd be cool.
We've been trying to get some like catchphrases or something. You know, we don't have any branding.
We don't even really have a proper outro for episodes. We're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
No catchphrases. But we're working on it.
One day.
Yeah.
Not yet, but eventually. We're planning on working on it eventually.
Sure.
At some point.
Yes.
Yes. We need some. Got to stick them on hats and shit.
Right.
Make that money.
Yeah. You make that.
Yeah.
If you're not making YouTube money, you can make that merch money.
That merch
money. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. When I started YouTube, I live streaming, I guess I should say. When I started live streaming on YouTube, that's when people started picking up on the things that I say. Usually when I'm playing Call of Duty, like I'll be like, oh, snap-a-rooney, and then stuff like that, and it caught on. It's been it's been the catchphrase of the channel for the better half of a year now. So I think it's staying. Yeah. Oh, snap-a-rooney.
So the fans picked your catchphrase.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah.
Ooh, that doesn't bode well for us, considering I think the one comment we got on a catchphrase was Patient Wolf saying, "I've got blowies for days." During our Way Out playthrough.
Yeah, it was a Prison Break game, and we had to do some things to get out of there we weren't happy about.
I don't think that's something you want to put on a shirt.
No.
You could.
You could buy it.
Someone would buy it.
In certain spaces.
I know a couple of guys in Hollywood that would definitely wear that shirt. For sure.
So, you guys are best friends, and for 10 years you were apart because of work. You were 3,000 miles apart, I believe your description says on YouTube.
Yes.
So, why, what parts of the country were you guys living in where you were 3,000 miles apart and couldn't be together?
So we've known each other since we were 10.
Yeah.
And, middle school, high school together. We did theater together as kids. And then after high school graduation, Jeffrey, you stayed in
Southern California.
And I went to New York for college and then was an actor and stayed out there because that's where all the theater stuff is. And so then just moved back to LA in November.
Yeah, so been back here for 7-8 months now.
Yeah, just about.
But yeah, so yeah, you did school out there for 4 years, but then you also stayed and worked for like another 6 years.
Yeah.
You know who else has been best friends since like they were 10 years old? Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, Rhett and Link. Yes.
You guys could be the next Rhett and Link. You could be the Rhett and Link of Let's Plays.
Shit, that's our mission statement. Yeah, we said that day one.
Put that on a t-shirt.
There we go.
That's pretty cool.
With our faces photoshopped onto their heads.
Yes.
Weird and like their outfits and stuff.
Just our eyes and our noses on their face. Yeah.
So you guys came back together now and you started your YouTube channel. Was there any like how much discussion was there about YouTube before starting the channel?
Before actually like posting our first episode?
Well, before the creation, before the birth of the 2-Bit Players channel.
There was like really none. Noah just kind of sprung it on me one day.
I was like, hey, it'd be really fun to do this.
And she showed me an episode of Game Grumps.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is it? I've never seen a Let's Play before.
Jeffrey was very new to the world here.
I think you showed me this in August.
Probably.
Last August? Yeah, I never heard of Let's Play before. And you showed me an episode. And I'm like, oh, this seems actually really fun.
This sounds like what we do together anyway.
Yeah. It's like,
so let's make some enjoyable content out of it.
And like that video had like 1 million views or something. I'm like, oh, maybe we could do that.
Yeah.
Why not?
They did it. Why can't we?
And then, and then the wheel started turning there. And then I think between then and when we posted was like, I think like 5 months later or something.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was like 5 months later.
Once we got together, we created a good backlog of content. But before we even started filming, we, needed to nail down a name, kind of what our shtick was.
Mm-hmm.
And our shtick is kind of what every other Let's Player is doing, is just two guys yelling obscenities at video games online. And
very creative. Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully we find it a bit entertaining.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of branding going in there. And just, tons of like just work, just getting it all.
Yeah, figuring out what we wanted to call ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so how did you land on the name 2-Bit Players?
Well, all the other names we wanted were taken.
Good. Our initial thing was we wanted to be late to.
Yeah, that was the first name we wanted, which I really liked.
Late to the game, because not only are we jumping on the Let's Play bandwagon probably 10 years too late, but also we were going to be playing through our backlog of games that you purchased years ago, and you're like, oh, I'll finally get around to playing that game that came out again so long ago.
Yeah, because like we'll buy games on sale and they'll just sit there.
Oh, me too.
I've got like over 100 games on my Xbox. I probably played like 7 of them.
You don't even want to see my Steam account. It's full of just the stupidest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's on sale.
And then they give you free games too, and I'm just like, I'm downloading all these that I'm probably never going to play.
Yeah.
And I need to expand my hard drive for all these games. I'm like, anyway, so I guess the goal was late to the game, we'll finally get around to clearing out our catalog. But
late to the game was taken.
That was taken. Some jerks took it. And years before us, and then we kind of tried to come up with some ideas for specific words that we wanted to use, like some of the things we wanted. Like,
well, you shot over to me like 32-bit players playing a lot of retro stuff, and then that just got boiled down to 2-bit players because there's 2 of us. We're bit players because we're like hack comedians. And
so that just kind of stuck. And then, that's what we kind of fell on.
The rest is history.
This is internet history.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you guys have a background in theater, right? You were really interested in that in high school, you said?
Yeah.
Before that, actually.
Yeah, we did community children's theater when we were really little.
That's when we met, when we were 10. I'd done it for a couple years before that. I think a couple little shows. But yeah, we met at 10 years old doing, community theater, and then that translated up through high school, and then Noah continued through college.
And that kind of helped you with being a personality on YouTube, I'm guessing, right?
I suppose.
I mean, yeah, it certainly helps. I mean, I think a theater person takes a certain amount of, I don't know, confidence or not caring about the stuff that you do, really, in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really thought about it. That's just kind of how I've always sort of been. But yeah, it's just sort of like this element of energy to it that you just kind of bring, like, because it's like, okay, now we're performing.
Yeah.
And it's sort of that mentality switch where it's like, okay, cool, gotta keep it on and turn it on and just keep going.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just like, I guess.
Our downtime between episodes is just silently drinking water and not talking.
Yeah, or between episodes, it's just like, oh, what's this thing on?
Very silent hostility while we gear up.
Give them the dirtiest looks. And it's like, hey, we're back. Cool, this is awesome. Yeah, but yeah, I think it probably has a helping hand in sort of our personas.
Yeah.
So anyone who comes to the channel will notice that there's a very big difference between you two. One is the facial hair on Jeffrey, and two is the no facial hair on Noah.
Yeah, those are the two obvious differences. Yeah, well, my mustache is a rental, so it's not even real. I only do it for publicity shots.
Right.
When they demanded. No, yeah, I got this mustache. I've had it for like 3 years now.
It's only been that long?
Yeah, only that long. Well, a little over 3 years, like almost 3.5 probably now.
Damn.
It's been a long time. It's a nightmare. I don't recommend it to anybody. It's 112 degrees outside right now, and immediately upon stepping outside, my mustache just melted. All the wax. I mean, it just melted immediately.
I'd imagine.
And I'm just like, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? But yeah, it's and now I'm kind of stuck with it. I was gonna get rid of it, like not long into having it, but I was like, yeah, I'll just keep it around.
Now it's part of your brand. You cannot get rid of it.
Now I can't get rid of it. We have to completely rebrand. Or if we take any photos, I'll just get a fake mustache and stick it on.
We'll Photoshop it in later.
Photoshop it in later. Yeah, I'm stuck with it now though.
Just
and
like
if I
in
could grow
Justice
more
League.
than a patchy beard, it'd be fine. So.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey has the mustache, and Noah, you have a fish. And I understand the mustache. I don't understand. I kind of understand the fish, but I think having you explain it would help ease my
I'm curious why
conspiracy
you
theories.
Think has a fish.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Why Noah has a fish? Because the biblical Noah, something with that. I don't know, fish. Fish. I don't know.
I do get that a lot when I say, so the whole story is that my name is Noah Fish. My last name is Fish.
Oh, there you go.
So it's not really a good thing. I mean, Jeffrey has the icon of this mustache.
Yes, it is iconic.
People say like, why the fish? It's like, well, just because I needed something, and I'm grasping at straws here.
And I think we only explained that specifically in the very first episode.
One of our Joe and Mac episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, by the way, it's Fish because of his last name.
Yes.
So everybody has to watch that as a prequel.
As a primer.
For all future episodes. It makes no sense.
But I do get that connection a lot when I say, oh, hi, I'm Noah Fish. And they're like, oh my God, like Noah and Bible and Ark and Fish.
Oh my God, the Bible.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, just for the record, I'm not a religious person. That's the first connection that I personally got when I said fish.
That totally makes sense.
Totally fine. No, yeah, a lot of people make that.
So, oh man, I forgot what I was about. Oh yes, so your introduction that you have for the channel is this nice, funny skit that comes on. Are you guys planning on doing more of those kind of like just skit type things, or are you just kind of going to stick with the gaming stuff and throw it into those into the Let's Plays?
Well, I mean, right now we're just focusing specific on the Let's Plays, but we want to do more content. I've been trying to to get Jeffrey to do a video about his Pokemon card collection for quite some time.
It's a really good collection of cards.
There are a few people, I think Evil Laugh Gaming is like desperate to see it. So
yeah, he comments a lot about mine.
He's like, still waiting for that Pokemon card video, asshole.
It's good. It's a good collection. It's pretty solid.
So, I think as we start to grow, I'd like to kind of put our personalities out there more instead of just voices behind the camera.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we've only done that. I think just our very intro video, and then our 50 subs.
Yeah.
And then we did a quick intro for a Mortal Kombat thing we did.
Right.
But I think that was it. But yeah, I mean, definitely not opposed to it, but it hasn't really been on the mind so much. More just like getting game videos out. Once those kind of start to take care of themselves, then I suppose we could expand into more skit-like stuff like that, because that would be really fun.
Yeah, we've done one other video where we did for Mortal Kombat's 25th anniversary. It was or something.
No, it was
Ed Boon's birthday.
25th birthday. Ed Boon turned 25.
Oh, that's right. He's so young.
Created Mortal Kombat when he was 3, I think.
Negative.
Yeah.
We put out this a cappella version that I did of the Mortal Kombat theme song, where we played all of the Mortal Kombats back to back to back.
All 10 of them.
Kind of like
Wow.
Did them kind of put them together in a cut way, like a machinima
Yeah.
type of style.
So it was like a 3-minute video, and it was a few seconds in each game, and each one would transition with a punch, like a similar punch, and it would transition in the next game. So yeah, like I'd love to do more stuff like that too, like game-based skit stuff. But yeah, I mean, anything's possible. Just see how it goes.
Awesome. I'm excited for that because I watched the intro not too long ago and I was like, this is fantastic. Like,
thank you.
Like it was real fun to watch you guys, and I hope to see more of that in the future. I think it'd do really well.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, well, definitely. We would love to do more stuff like that for sure.
So now's the time that I have to ask, do you guys butt heads a lot about what you put on the channel as in video game wise? Or is it just kind of like we're collaborative, we kind of do what each other, we agree on most things?
Definitely the latter. It's just sort of whatever we want to play.
Yeah, sometimes we'll have an idea, like where we've been very proactive about it. Like when God of War came out, we did that as a day of release video.
Mm-hmm.
So, it downloaded overnight. We got up early, recorded a video so that it could go live on the day of release, and then recorded subsequent episodes after that. But a lot of the times it's just saying like, hey, what do we feel like playing? If Jeffrey's got, an itch to play a certain game, we'll play it. I think there's definitely been times when I'm like, this is what we're playing, vice versa.
I'll do a thing where, like, if Noah doesn't want to continue playing a game, just recently,
he'll make me keep playing it.
If I want to see more, I'll force him to play more. But for the most part, it's just kind of like, it's usually a day of like, so what do you want to play today?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool, sure, let's check it out. See what happens.
Yeah.
But I'm usually pretty stern when I don't want to play a game anymore.
Jeffrey's very vocal about what he hates in his gaming tastes.
Yeah.
It's very apparent when we play those games.
Yeah, I'm very quick to be like, we're not playing anymore. I can't do this shit anymore. But yeah, for the most part, just go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
So what is each of yours favorite games? Not just to play on the channel, but in general.
How about you go first?
Oof. I have like what?
I was gonna go first.
Okay.
I didn't know you were taking.
Go for it.
No, you go for it. You give the answer. You go.
Oh, fine.
Fine. Fuck you.
No.
Whoa,
Jeffrey.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Mine. I don't know. Mine kind of go. It's got a definitely a wide breadth of types of games. But what consistently falls in my top 5 would probably be like Ogre Battle 64 for the Nintendo 64, obviously. I don't know what about that game just like speaks to me. I had the soundtrack, like legitimately bought it from like a Japanese store when I was really little. The story of it being able to like customize your little armies and stuff was great. And on like the complete opposite side of the spectrum, Borderlands 2 was one of the greatest games ever created.
Oh, really?
I love that game.
Oh, I have it.
My
I've never
God,
played it.
It's so good, you moron. Why have you not played this?
Well, I like the first one.
The first one is eh.
That was tedious.
The second one is a masterpiece.
Yeah, okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, I'll check it out.
And I haven't gotten around to playing the pre-sequel one. So I heard that was met with mixed reviews.
Oh, okay. All right.
Pre-sequel was mediocre. It was better gunplay wise than the first one, but story wise it was the worst of all of them because Handsome Jack's a great character, but I didn't really need a whole game around him,
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting. I think it's a nice playthrough, but you're not going to want to play through it as many times as Borderlands 2. Like I've played through that one at least 10 times now over the past 4 years.
Did you play all the DLC?
Oh yeah, I platinumed the game 100% on the PlayStation.
Oh, great. I'm gonna have to chase you on that one.
I'm so behind on the Borderlands 2 thing. Definitely got to get on that. So what are the other top 5?
Oh boy, I don't think.
Oh Jesus!
I got one more.
All right, one more. This is taking forever.
Pokemon Soul Silver.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
We were talking about that on our Pokemon Uranium episodes, I think.
Yeah, a solid Pokemon game.
Soul Silver is great.
My favorite game of all time is Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's number one. That game just came out at the most perfect time in my life. I think I was like 10 or 11, and like that kind of humor is so stupid. It's like, but it's kind of smart in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, it just like really spoke to me, and like the story in that game is just like, because in a game like you beat a level, you'll get like points for like armor or some shit.
Okay.
But in this game, you beat a level and you're rewarded with more story, and I found it so interesting, and I just never quite played like a narrative game like that at that point in my life.
Mm-hmm. Plus everything's so movie based too.
Yes,
too,
and like
so.
all the spoofing on all the movies. I'm a big movie buff, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. I just love that game. I'm just waiting for them to make a proper sequel, which is probably never going to happen.
So were you a big fan of Rare back in the day on the N64 then?
Not exactly. It was pretty much just Conker's Bad Fur Day. I also dug GoldenEye a lot. It was kind of impossible to avoid that. But like Banjo-Kazooie and stuff, I didn't really play till way, way later.
I think I brought those to you because I love those two games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think you.
Kazooie and
you let me
Tooie.
borrow that.
Banjo-Kazooie 64 is my favorite game of all time, and I will defend it to the death.
Oh yeah, Banjo-Kazooie.
I'll defend that with you. I think I might put that in my top 10.
I see how it is. Copying off of me.
Yeah. He just claimed it. So
I'll trump your number 1 with maybe a number 7.
But yeah, Conker's Bad Fur Day is like a favorite of mine. I loved Resident Evil 4. I never really quite played a game like that before either. It terrified the hell out of me when it came out. And then I'm going to go Pokemon Heart and Gold, actually. Yeah, that's like the best Pokemon game I've played. But yeah, those are kind of like a general 3, like, but they could change at any moment. Yeah.
So
I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Persona series as well. Oh God, they're so good.
All right, if you must.
Yeah. All right, that's your cutoff point. No more.
No more games. Okay, well, I got 6 more games I want to mention.
Well, let's talk about a few games that you've played on the channel. I think this is a good transition point because we were talking about Rare, and Rare came back as Playtonic Studios, and they made Yooka-Laylee, which came out with a lot of controversy. I myself backed the campaign, so my name is actually in there, not Yemmy the Ferret, but my real name.
Awesome.
But
which will remain nameless.
Yeah, will remain anonymous.
Right. And I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it because I was pretty disappointed in the game personally, and I just wanted to see what your guys' feelings were for it because you did 29 episodes, which is probably more than I played of the game.
Wow. Yeah, it was well, I just really wanted to get to the third world for whatever reason
because you heard that was my tipping.
Yeah, I heard you didn't really dig it so much. I was like, the game was not the best. To boil it down very simply, I found it very tedious. Like a really, really tedious game. And I was just like, specifically there's one part that drove me nuts is when we were collecting all the hats from the different snowmen.
For the snowmen. Did you do that, Yemmy?
Yeah, I got through to the casino level, and I was like, well, this is bland and boring. I'm just stopping.
We didn't even get there, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't even get that far.
Oh, really? Oh, my God, no.
But we really... Yeah, you definitely beat us. You played more than us. But yeah, there was where you get the hats and as the snowplow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd collect the hats as the snowplow, and then you'd go over to the snowmen, and they'd be like, "Oh, I can't talk to you because you're a snowplow." So then we'd had to go and leave and transform back and like just shit like that. And it was just like throughout the whole game, just like, oh my God, can we just like streamline this a little better?
Yeah.
Like a little too collectathon-y, even though that's kind of their bread and butter, I suppose. But
the design started out so solid.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
It just didn't have any like feeling to it though. Like you collected all of the what were they, feathers or musical notes or whatever in Banjo-Kazooie, and they were fun to
remember
collect.
what they were.
They did stuff, and then this one it's like, oh, there's really no point. I mean, I went ahead and I unlocked all the books that you could unlock just by playing through the first 2 levels 100%.
Yeah.
And that to me is just a very big flaw in how the game was designed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that same experience. I played the crap out of the first world, which I think is actually, it starts on such a high because I think that, was it Tribal Stack Tropics or whatever, starts out really strongly. And then you learn that you can expand the books. You're like, great, so you go do that. But then you 100% that world, and you're kind of golden as far as needing pages for like the next 4 levels.
Yeah.
And I kind of just went through the ice world and the swamp world, and then I brought Jeffrey and I said, let's play this, and made him play it. And it just kind of loses its luster very, very quickly.
Loses its drive because there's like no point.
And then the one thing that really was a downer for me was like, I remember playing Banjo-Kazooie Tooie, and the characters all kind of matched up together. You know, there was the mole and all the characters from the levels kind of, you know, there's the Egypt level had a Sphinx and a camel, and in Yooka-Laylee it's like the first level is a good example. You have a skeleton that talks to you. You have a shopping cart. You have a big cannon. You have all this miscellaneous stuff that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, that's so true.
That is a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But those people also go through all the levels, but they weren't really level centric.
No.
Yeah, it was really, the bosses were, but to an extent.
Yeah.
That is a good point. I didn't think about that. But yeah, that is. I guess it kind of takes you out in that sense when you're talking to a fucking shopping cart. Like
and there's like 5 different ones in that swamp level, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? There's 5 different shopping carts in this goddamn level. I was so pissed.
It was tedious. It was very tedious at times. And disappointed though. I would be super down if they made a sequel, because I know a lot of people had similar issues with the game, and if they listen to the fan feedback, I feel like they could make a really awesome platformer game for this generation. I feel
right.
Yeah. They've done it so well before.
Yeah, I feel like they just need to crack the code on that and kind of figure those little quirks out, and I feel like it could be great. Yeah.
And then let's also talk a little bit about Assassin's Creed Origins, which is, well, it won't be the newest game to the series once Odyssey comes out, but at the time of this recording, Odyssey is the new latest and greatest Assassin's Creed. Did you play the other ones on the other consoles, or was this your guys' first one?
I had a lot more experience with it than you.
Yeah.
I had played, the first one, the second, the whole Ezio trilogy, Assassin's Creed 3. I started to do some stuff with Unity, and I started a little bit of, Liberation on the Vita?
Black Flag is amazing.
Black Flag is great. Played that too after 3. And I kind of didn't get into Syndicate. Obviously didn't do much with Unity, so Origins is really my first jump back into the current gen Assassin's Creed games.
I played the first one and the second one to the fullest. I got all the achievements and stuff. And then the third and fourth, the Ezio trilogy, I finished that off. And then I started Assassin's Creed 3 like 4 times. I'm just because I just played the other 4 like back to back to back, so I was a little burnt out.
Yeah.
And starting Assassin's Creed 3, it was kind of boring, kind of slow, and I just kept trying. I still am meaning to play it because I have like the next 6 games, because they released them all for free on Xbox like over the last few months.
Right.
And the beginning of 3 was the last one. I straight into Origins, which I was like, oh wow, this graphics are fucking nuts.
Completely different game.
Yeah, it was Origins pretty cool.
Yeah, compared to the other games, it's like it's literally a new game, like you guys said. Like it's a new. It doesn't focus so heavily on, you know, the stuff that the other games focus on. This one has a completely new combat system and a completely new. I thought it was a step in the right direction, because after Syndicate and Unity were kind of falling apart. Rogue was fine. You know, I didn't mind Rogue. I thought it was a good game. Black Flag was fine again, but the story in most of the Assassin's Creed games are real bad. I will say that. But Origins came back and was like, pow, right in the nose. It has a good story. So I'm really excited for the future of Assassin's Creed. I've been a fan, like you guys. I've been a fan since the first game, and I'm really hoping that they go somewhere good with it. Like, and the same thing kind of goes for Call of Duty for me. I've been a fan of Call of Duty since the first game. I've been with every single game in the series, including that piss shit poor game that came out on the PS2 called Final Fronts.
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of that either.
It was released at the same day as World at War, and it was a PS2 exclusive. And it was made by Rebellion, but it looked like a PS1 game, and it plays like a PS1 game.
Ooh,
and I've been working on something for it, because I finally went through the whole game, and I've been like sitting on this review that I've had, and it's like, I don't know if I want to put this out. It's just so bad. It's such a bad
It's
game.
like, look, internet, look what I've done for you.
Do it so nobody else has to.
Exactly.
But yeah, compared to the other games, Origins is definitely a step above. And I was wondering what do you guys want to see in the next game compared to Origins? Like, what could they kind of build upon that you would like to see in the next game?
Oh gosh, I've never really thought about it that critically. I think I agree with everything that you said, that Origins was definitely a step in the right direction. I mean, it brought a much more, important story as far as like inside the Animus stuff. I honestly could care less about the outside the Animus things at this point.
Yeah, same, yeah.
I mean, it was getting really ridiculous in Black Flag. I personally liked the pirate stories, but the whole thing of you being an intern and like awakening the ghost of the dead Juno.
What the fuck?
Black Bart. That was his name. Black Bart came back and tried to kill you.
God, it was so I don't know. I'd rather just, what I like about Assassin's Creed is that it's, which I think we even talked about in one of our early episodes, is just that we don't live in an age of like wonder and discovery like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there might be ancient civilizations and like big cities buried somewhere that we can still discover, but it's allowing that to be like discovered by you on the game. So in order to like see ancient Greece and things in Odyssey, I think that's going to be really cool. So as long as they just keep churning out like their historical replications, I think that's just awesome.
I think a lot of it is based on like the location.
Right.
Because like when they said it was in Egypt, I was like, that sounds dope as hell.
Yeah.
Like exploring pyramids and stuff. Sounds awesome. But yeah, ancient Greece sounds cool. But I think the only like, if they were like add to it, I think it just needs more vampires.
Yeah, you never know.
They just doing some vampires, that'd be dope as hell.
Yeah.
But that's my suggestion.
Right. Put that into Ubisoft.
Yeah, put that.
Dear Ubisoft, more vampires.
More vampires. Every game you make.
But not like the Order 1886. Not like that.
No. Which we're actually playing right now.
We actually just started playing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's a game. It's a game.
That is a fact.
It is a game that is being played. Yeah.
So I saved this question for the last. So this is the final question for today. And I want to know, but between those 10 years where you didn't talk to or you didn't see each other, what's the biggest difference that each of you could see in your best friend?
Well, to be fair, we saw each other pretty frequently.
Yeah, over summers and stuff like that.
During summers and like winter breaks and stuff. He'd come out for
and I get gigs that were in San Diego and California, so I might be on the West Coast working for some things. But the mustache.
Yeah, the mustache is definitely. Noah's penis got bigger. I'll tell you that.
You're gonna go like, oh, he gained 200 pounds.
No, in your junk. For sure. It's fucking Before he left, it was so small. No, sorry, that was inappropriate.
Yeah, just give it a taste of what our commentary on the games were like.
Sorry. Honestly, not much has really changed that much. It's sort of I've always cussed this much, and
right. I only cuss this much around you.
Me, so that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, not much has changed. I guess that's kind of why it works a bit more.
Yeah.
Sort of same old bullshit. Very easygoing. Like literally, I can't think of anything that's changed. No.
Well, hey, that's good. That's
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, that is all the time I have today with Jeffrey and Noah of 2-Bit Players. Guys, is there anything else you want to say before I end the podcast?
Well, that's a lot of pressure.
That's a lot. Well, I want to say thank you for having us.
Hey, not a problem.
Yeah, very cool. I've never done one of these before.
Well, you both have a great voice for podcasting. I think it's something that you might want to look into for your 2-Bit Players channel.
Maybe
right back at you.
We could do that. Looking at podcast. Well, I do have a podcast.
You?
Yeah. Well, it's a sports themed podcast.
Oh yeah.
With my friend Alex. Yeah. I don't know anything about sports, and neither does my friend Alex. But we have a podcast about sports where we just read like sports headlines and
radically misinterpret them
with real strong opinions. We got a few episodes of that shit out, but it's more for fun. But yeah, we could try to do maybe like a podcast thing with this channel. Might be a fun little
talk about our games.
Yeah, talk about games. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Not a problem, guys. Like I said before, their channel and their Twitter, they're going to be in the description below in URL form, of course. So make sure you click on that random, span of letters and numbers and mosey on over to their channel. It's a great channel. They got lots of games, something for everyone, really. I mean, everything from the South Park N64 game all the way to Bloodborne, if you like the Bloodborne series like me, who will be definitely taking a peek at how you guys fared with the game.
We did not fare well.
Yeah, we didn't spoiler. We didn't fare well at all.
Well, Jeffrey didn't fare well.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, was this one of the occasions where Jeffrey was like, we're not playing this anymore?
This is one where I love this game. Jeffrey, you need to play this because I know you'd be terrible, and the audience loves that kind of thing.
It was just every time I died, we'd have to start over so far back. It was just like, it was a cool game though.
So I might revisit it and give Jeffrey my overpowered, New Game Plus character and say, okay, now you won't die as easily. Go forth and prosper.
I definitely want to do more of that game though.
Not to toot my own horn, but I'm going through my 7th playthrough right now.
Oh,
hot damn!
Oh my god, that's impressive.
All right, well, like I said, their links are going to be down in the description, so make sure you check them out. I am the host, Yemmy the Ferret, and this has been another episode of the Ferret Business Podcast.